horses, as you said before, Chris, are some of the top horses in the nation. They primarily deal with saddlebreds and Paso Finos. Come over here. This is La Prenda de Spring. This is La Prenda. That is Alex. He is one of the top Paso trainers in the entire country. We're going to learn about this breed along with saddlebreds, and better than that, we are going to see the move. And when you see the move, you don't have to be a horse lover. You are going to figure out that they are just simply cool. They train those plus other breeds here. They board, they do all kinds of fun stuff. We may even have a special guest, like the president of Florida Southern College. Don't tell her I told you, but she's coming up as well. That and more.
You got a lot planned for us, Ken.
Yeah. Well, still ahead, they are the best of the best. Look at this beautiful creature here. We are checking out Spring Lane Ranch's incredible horses.
That horse is majestic.
Next.
Here's
for news.
They are not just magnificent horses, they are top athletes and nationally known.
Yeah, they train 6 days a week to get to the level that they're at. They're like Olympic athletes, really, in that regard. Today, Fox 13's Ken Suarez is visiting Spring Lane Ranch in South Lakeland. Ken, it's a beautiful spot there.
It's a beautiful spot with beautiful horses. Now, I would never say that I don't love my own horse, but I would never confuse one of these show horses with my draft horse in the pasture at home, because they are just top notch. One of the reasons why is they have great training, and I learn something new. You do that pretty much every day. There's more than one Mark Wilson in the world. And this Mark Wilson is a nationally known trainer, and that he trains all the different saddlebreds. So explain to us what a saddlebred is, and you have one right over there, right?
Yes. This is American Saddlebred. He's I think he's about 7 years old now. We've shown him now 3 times this year. He's won all 3, conformation-wise. You see how he's got a nice long neck. It's built up on his shoulders.
This is an American breed, right?
Yes, it's an American breed.
Right here in the USA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they're just great thinking horses, sweet, great pets, but they're athletes. So the whole thing is we treat them like athletes, and we get them out and let them enjoy, and they got the perfect life.
Aside from just being absolutely gorgeous, which he is,
yes,
they have incredible action, and it just so happens that the owner of the farm, Heather Shea, is coming in with her horse. This one's a mare, right?
Yes, this mare here, we showed her last year in harness. She had a real good year last year, and she got awarded by the USEF the top third mare, ranked 3rd in the country as a fine harness, which is pulling a cart.
Where does she get all that action from?
It's in there. It's bred in them. I mean, that's basically what you do breeding for. What is to get that athleticism. It's just like I try to tell people all the time. It's just like people. You have a track star who ran track in college, and he marries a woman that ran track. Chances are that kid's going to run pretty fast. Same way with these. So it's in the breeding. You want that athleticism.
For folks who are not horse people, there are Western saddles, there are English saddles, and this is a different kind of saddle just for this particular kind of riding. What is she riding in?
She is riding in a saddle seat saddle, which is a form of English saddle. And we show in Western also with the saddlebreds. We do Western classes also. I mean, there's so many outlooks for these horses. I mean, you could go any route with any of them. As far as you go Western, you could go pleasure, you could go open, 5-gated, 3-gated. There's so many different options. We give driving and riding lessons here with it. And
this horse seems to me to have a lot of action, a lot of fire, a lot of energy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is not the kind of horse that you get on for pony rides. This would not be the first horse that you ride.
It looks like that. But you know what? We've given lessons off of her because her manners. They have manners, but that's just. It looks like she's very high and highly expressive, and but the manners. Hey Heather, can we come in here and stop her for a second? And you'll see the manners. Whoa, and she'll park out for her, and when she shows, that's. But this mare, she's got. But to watch them, and that's what confuses a lot of people when they watch them. They look so outgoing and very like they would be a handful, but they're very nothing but loving.
And this is all happening in Polk County. We think of sometimes Polk County as being very rural and possibly even backwards. This is one of the top show barns in the country, probably. And this is all happening right here. And these are some of the top animals and top trainers, which is kind of a different image than some people may have of this particular area. And Heather was brought up in Polk County, right? She's a local girl who's now at the top of the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what about your background?
Actually, I was born and raised on a breeding farm in Youngstown, Ohio, Canfield, Ohio, actually. My father was the owner of Twin Willow Farm, and he's won many Breeder of the Year awards in the business.
So this is only one of the breeds here. They are the Paso Finos, and they are a totally different kind of animal. We are going to check them out coming up in just a few minutes. Different riders, different trainers, and a different thrill. So stay tuned.
All right. Looking forward to that.
Thanks, Ken.
Still.
Well, I am horsing around like usual, except with very, very classy horses. A little while ago, we were checking out the saddlebreds, an American breed. Now we're going to go to a Latin breed. It's Paso Fino. We're going to learn about the Corto and the Fino and all kinds of other stuff that I don't know about, that I'm saying with confidence that hopefully you will believe that I do know something about, and meet the person, the lady in red. Who could she be? None other than the president of Florida Southern College. She has not one horse here, but two, both beautiful like you're watching. She's going to strut her stuff a little bit more when we come back.
Ken's like, what are they talking about?
Actually, I was listening because I was looking at these horses because I was so amazed at the way they move. You know, when I ride my horse, it's kind of clunk, clunk, clunk. These guys are smooth as glass, and I know that because I've ridden one of them. Let me introduce you to the guy that really polishes up their natural skills. This is Alex Zapata, an incredible trainer. Explain to us, this is a natural gait. If you look at them, their feet move very little or not that far. And if you watch the rider, there's no bounce, which is incredible.
There's no bounce. It's a 4-beat lateral gait, and that's the reason what makes it so smooth. The horses have one leg on the air at the time. That's why you see that movement so smooth. You can see the shoulder of your rider, how smooth the rider is. And that's what makes this horse so special.
They're not holding the horses back because a lot of times you can push a horse to move and you hold them back and you get a lot of action. That's just the speed at which they move.
That's natural, and the quality, depending on the quality of horse, you're going to see more action, you're going to see more speed, and that's just a matter of quality of horses. But the gait will be the same. You have horses that can extend a little bit more than others, but they all have the same gait.
So if you're going on a trail ride, these are show horses that work primarily in the ring and go around the country and show off their skills. But if you go on a trail ride, you could ride that forever.
You can ride that all day long at that rhythm.
And what is this gait called?
We have the chestnut mare, who is the classic Fino. It's the top of the line. You see that she's more collected, she's quicker than other. We have the white horse that is more like a pleasure horse. You can see how soft, even. He have a little bit more extended gait than the others. That's more a horse for pleasure, to enjoy and ride around.
But there are words that you guys use like Fino and Largo. Explain those.
The Paso Corto is the same gait with a little bit of collection. And the Paso Largo is the same gait with extension.
So which one are they doing now?
They have the Corto. This is the Corto, this is the Corto, and this one is on the Fino. The Fino is only one gait at the same speed all the time.
So when you think of a hunter or you think of another kind of horse, they canter, they lope. These guys really don't do that.
They do that. But these horses can do anything, but for what makes them special is the gait. We have some versatility classes, we have some Western pleasure classes, we have all those classes on our show also.
We have about a minute left, but can you show the folks at home what they do on the boards?
Yes,
and
sir.
what the judge would be looking for
Yes,
when the
sir.
horse is on the board? This is Daryl Shea, as a matter of fact. I'm just letting you guys know. The guy riding in the white, that's Heather's husband. He's a co-owner of the farm. He was a trainer for a long, long time. Now he rides for fun. So they're going to go over the boards, right?
Yes, sir.
Explain to the folks at home what's going to happen.
The Fino board is a tool that is used on our shows to listen to that gait that we're looking for. The judge can see the horse move around, and here he rectified the rhythm. You can listen. Taka, 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 taka. That's the rhythm that we look for. That's what makes them special.
So there's a lot more going on here for the 4 o'clock show. That's all we're going to do. But these guys are really top athletes, and they train them like top athletes, and they take care of them like top athletes. Hopefully Mike is not going to die because we want to come back at 5 o'clock. But we will show you how they take care of them medically and how they do all kinds of things that regular athletes do, human athletes. We're talking about top-of-the-line performance, and to do that, you have to have top of the line taking care of them. So we're going to see how that all happens to get them to the point that you see right now coming up in a while.
I'm sure they do have to train a lot. That looks exhausting.
Yeah, that is amazing that they can keep up that pace for that long. I mean, those horses are in some serious good shape. All right, thank you, Ken. Much more ahead.
We've got some beautiful show horses right here in Tampa Bay, and our Ken Suarez got to spend the day with some of them, too. He took over Chip's job for the day and is hanging out at the ranch. Hey, Ken?
I'm going to keep this job as long as I possibly can. You know, if you work out, you get a little bit sore, you might go into the sauna, take a shower, maybe a whirlpool. Well, horses here work out very hard as well. This is Tucker, at least the end of Tucker. The other end is down there, and he is going to have some hydrotherapy. Just check this out, guys. This is not only a pool. At the bottom of this, there is a treadmill. So when Tucker goes all the way in, he is actually going to be exercising in the water, which is going to help his circulation and more. This is just one of the things we're going to show you that they do here to keep these horses in good, tip-top shape. Amazing stuff coming up.
Horses, these competitive show horses at Spring Lane Ranch. Now, the workers here, though, go to great lengths, though, to make sure these horses stay in tip-top shape. And they use some pretty amazing medical techniques to make sure, too. Fox 13's Ken Suarez is in for Chip today. I know you've been hanging out at the ranch. What a tough assignment for you, Ken.
What are you going to show us now, Ken?
I know you're a little jealous, but you know what? You love your horse and you can go play with him a little bit. So, you know, it all works out in the wash. Bottom line is this, you know, as you said before, horses get really sore. When I get sore, I just have to deal with it. But these guys really get top-notch care. And it's kind of amazing. You saw the hydrotherapy before. Well, there's another technique that Masha Budden uses, and it comes from NASA, of all places. Why don't you explain and show us how this thing works?
Absolutely. Yes, we like to do the non-invasive approach to therapy with our horses, and this is the MagnaWave. It was developed by NASA because they were finding that the astronauts, when they came back from space, that they were feeling sick and just not up to par, lethargic,
So how does it work? What do you do with it?
It works on it's a pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, and what it does is I use the buttons here to control the intensity and the time that I use it on there. So all the horses are bio-individuals, and some of them can take just a very...
So show us, how does it work?
Okay. So what we do is we start on the neck and down the shoulder, and you can see the muscles reacting to that. There's a lot of muscles that come together on this point, so we wouldn't necessarily think that there's a problem there. But we can scan down the body.
It's preventative, or is it also if there's a problem, it's
preventive, but it does also react and point out different areas where I would consult with the vets and the farriers and say, you know, he's reacting a lot here in the iliopsoas muscle.
So why don't we move on to the next technique? I know I jumped on this. This one has to do with vibration, and I jumped on it, and it really felt good.
It does.
What is it called, and what would you use this for?
This is vibrational therapy. We can use it pre-workout, post-workout. This is Bonnie, so she had her workout with Miss Heather. And what it does is the vibration comes up through the hoof and into the body of the horse. And you can tell by the bottle there how it's working. And what it does is promote bone growth and bone density. It helps with quarter cracks, some of the issues that horses come up with. Plus, it's just a good way to relax. If the horse wants, really worked hard through the unit, then we can put her on this, and it'll just relax her.
I was talking to Mark, who rides a bunch of horses here as a trainer every single day, and he's leading this horse into the hydrotherapy, and he said that he'll actually jump on it with the horse because his back is pretty sore at the end of the day as well.
Yeah. And Mark's wife actually has Pilates classes here too, and often the women come and stay on the TheraPlate after their workouts.
Why does hydrotherapy work?
Now this is hydrotherapy. This is one of the more advanced forms of hydrotherapy because we're using this in a controlled environment, so you can have the level of the water can be controlled, the speed of the treadmill can be controlled. controlled. You have, it's a combination of a whirlpool, treadmill, and also a swimming pool. So you get the benefits of that, but you can also use it in rehabilitative because it takes the weight off the forelegs.
How long
brings
will
it back
the
to
horse
the
be in
north. We start them very gradually, probably 5 minutes tops for their first session, and sometimes they won't even enter for a couple of 3 sessions. But then once they get this, they can do almost like interval training. You can, Mark's got the controls there, so he can increase the speed so the horse will be at a trot, and they can and bring it down to a walk again. And oftentimes you have the benefits of the cardiovascular, as well as it does wonders for the top line and the stifles.
And it looks cool.
And it looks cool.
It's really kind of amazing because that's a lot of bubbles there, and for a horse to get used to that, that's really quite an accomplishment.
But that in itself is massaging the horse, and he's feeling good there.
So these are some of the latest techniques that horse farms such as this one that are kind of top of the line use to get their horses in shape and keep them in shape. And back in the old days when I was in 4-H, we would slap a little bit of liniment on their legs and hope for the best. But look how far we've come.
Yes.
So there you go. What do you think, Cynthia?
Well, will it shock you to know that my horses have had 2 out of the 3 things that you showed us? We do not have the water.
Not yet.
But yeah, the Magna Wave and that stuff. So yeah, but it's great.
I'm impressed. I've never really seen that.
I know.
So,
I think
nice.
it's great that they're doing all that for the horses. It's all about keeping them healthy, keeping them going, keeping them in shape. Like we